Hi everyone, my name is Siddharth Rathore and I'm an assistant professor in the economics department of Karti College. And today I'll be orienting you for a course by the name of Indian Economy. This is a course for GE honors students. Now, in the brief of this course, I will explain you what will be the course outcomes, who should take this course, and what is basically the course content. To start with, first of all, I'm not going to be the instructor for this course. The college will hire a new professor for this course. However, since I teach this course to honors as well, you will find most of the articles that you're going to study will be covered by me during the course of this new semester, and I upload all my articles on YouTube. So you can follow my YouTube channel and then go through the articles. This course is of two parts, Indian Economy 1 and Indian Economy 2. Now, we are going to cover Indian Economy 1 semester 3 and we are going to cover Indian Economy 2 in semester 4. So it's a two-part series. What will be the learning outcomes? Now, first of all, you might see around yourself that COVID-19 has had a huge impact on our society, on our economy, on our culture. So there is a wide span of complete destruction, so to say, or complete alteration of the Indian economy and the society because of the pandemic. So in this course, we will see what has been the impact of COVID-19 on the Indian economy. Now, this is a new reading which is being inducted. There'll be two papers on this, so which are being decided. The second issue that will be covered will be the post-independent structure of the Indian economy. That what has been the evolution of the Indian economy in the sense we will talk about macroeconomic parameters. We will see that what has been the GDP growth rate, the savings rate, the investment rates, how Indian economy has changed its very character from being an agrarian economy to a service-led economy, and what are the problems in that structural transformation, so to say. You might have also heard there's been in the parliament that we should probably introduce a one-child policy. It's because of the fact that our overall population base is huge, and on that particular base, our population is still growing. So we will see that what have been the demographic trends, what have been the population trends of our country since the independence, and the phase, what was the phase in which our population exploded, what is happening right now, even though our population growth is slowing down, but it's not slowing down as expected, and what is going to be the implication of a huge population, social, economic, as well as political ramifications of a huge population. People will demand for more quotas, people will demand for more reservation. We'll also talk about the state of health, education, and nutrition in the country. As you can probably see that it's because of our lack of preparedness and lack of investment in the health sector, in our hospitals, in our primary, secondary, and tertiary hospitals, that we as a country were not able to respond to the pandemic as well as we would have probably desired. However, there are particular states, for example, the state of Delhi has invested in the last 5 years in this in the sector of health. In fact, the state of Kerala has also invested a lot, and it's because of these investments that their ability to handle the pandemic has been much better. So we'll talk about the state of health in the economy, in the Indian economy. Then we'll also talk about education. You might have heard that the government recently unveiled the new education policy 2020. So we'll talk about what has been the past policies and how has education evolved, what have been the deficiencies, and does the new economic policy 2020 is kind of bringing a solution to the structural problems that we have in the economy, in the education sector. We'll also talk about nutrition and how India is world's leader in malnutrition kids. So we'll talk about the reasons and what is the consequences. We'll also talk about poverty and inequality. We'll see what is the difference. You might have heard that over the last 20, 25, 30 years, especially after the 1991 reforms, which is also called the LPG reforms or the neoliberal reforms, the level of poverty has reduced. But if you see, the level of inequality has probably increased. Before 1991, you would not have found stark inequality in the country, that one person is probably traveling in a cycle and the other person is traveling in a Mercedes. So we'll talk about that. What has happened in the post-liberalized phase? That there is a distinct divergence between the numbers of poverty and the numbers of inequality. Then, lastly, we'll talk about the in this part we'll talk about the difference between India and China, and when we'll talk about the difference between India and China, we'll talk about that how did we start our growth models, and we will see that in the year 1997 there was a clear divergence because China adopted a different type of economic policy, whereas India continued its economic policy, its economic policy from 1950 onwards till 1991. It's only after 1991 that we adopted what is called as the new economic policy, or what we call as the LPG reforms. Whereas there was something different about the 1977 reforms of China, which is also called the Great Leap. Now, that is where the divergence first comes into play, and the result of that divergence is that China as an economy is at least 5 to 6 times bigger than ours. China right now is somewhere around $14 trillion, whereas we are right now around $2.5 trillion. And within 5 to 7 years, China will perhaps pass US, which is at $21 trillion. So we'll talk about the comparative analysis of India versus China. As I told you, I'll also discuss that who should take this course. Now, this course is essential for anyone who's going to prepare for UPSC or state services, SSC, banking exam, anyone who is going to come across any competitive exam which has an Indian economy portion. This is kind of a compulsory course for you to take. Then students who are interested in current affairs, as I've already discussed, that we'll be also covering COVID-19 and other burning topics in the classes. Then students who are aspiring for CAT might face interview questions regarding the Indian economy, or corporate placements. They might face questions on the Indian economy. So this course will help them in that pursuit as well. So, and lastly, what I wanted to talk to you about is that this course does not require any technical tools, mathematical or statistical tools. It does not require any background in economics. So anyone who's genuinely interested in Indian economy, who's inquisitive about economy, who's inquisitive about what is happening in the realm of Indian economy, should take up this course.